Hello again, whiskey fans. Back with old Granddad, the 114. That stands for 114 proof, of course. Now, normally, old Granddad's not quite bottom shelf, but it's not. It's next to the bottom shelf. This one sells a little bit more. I'm assuming because it's bottled at a higher proof. That usually is how it goes. I think I poured a little bit too much there. I may pour a little bit of that back. Yeah, that's better. Don't want to overdrink this. Smell, kind of a dull thing going on there. Glue a little bit. Perfume coming in. Some kind of spice, but it's not clear. It's kind of like almost a honey spice, almost. I know honey's not a spice, but it's almost got a kind of very sweet spice. Maybe a hint of vanilla. You got a little mint there, I think. So a lot going on there, as one would expect. So let's take the first step straight, and then we'll start cutting. Tea, something a little sour, something a little spicy. First taste wasn't all that good, but again, I don't know if the 114 with old Granddad, if they sell all of them at the same age. That would be a good question. I'm looking at it. They say it's different, that it's not just a higher proof bottling. Who knows? This is certainly their premium. There's a taste there I don't like. There's a note there I'm really not fond of, but then there are several other things going on that are quite nice. This is a really busy whiskey on every level, and by that I mean that there's just a lot of good and bad going on here, and it's hard to put my wit around it. A little spice there. I'm guessing there's some rye in there. It's causing that. I'm going to keep cutting that and see if I reach a magic flavor here. I don't know why bourbon people are starting to market their whiskey by proof. Proof doesn't really matter. Now, if it's barrel strength, that's a value, but, who cares what proof it is? To enjoy it, you're just going to end up cutting it anyway. You get more whiskey for your bottle, I guess, but whiskey usually isn't at its best at 114 proof. That's usually not where you want to drink whiskey at, if you drink it. It's good. Ooh, sour note. On the back end there's something that's just not very nice. This is not really smooth. You wouldn't describe this as smooth. It's not horrible. It's a busy whiskey. A little eggnog almost there on the smell. That was okay. There you're getting a little mint, a little caramel. The aftertaste is a little less, but although it's still not a very positive aftertaste. Let's cut it one last time, see if this doesn't get it to a magical place. This will be the last time because I think it's about down to what it to about where you'd want to stop before you. Caramel and a little mint. And again, this aftertaste. I've dulled it, but that aftertaste is still there and it's not very good. I don't know what it is, but there's something comes behind this whiskey that I don't like. So what are the broad comments here? I think this runs about $25 or so. That's where I got it. It seemed like it was worth trying for that price. I won't buy it again. This is not one I would ever drink. Instead, if I may try it again a couple times, I usually, you can see I've drank a little bit of it. I'm going to continue to try occasionally, but my gut feeling on this is that this isn't one I'm going to want to ever drink again. It's just not that good, and the price is a little bit high for my taste. Now, you're getting a lot of whiskey. If you like the lower proof oak Granddad, this is certainly, if you cut it down, might have I don't know if the value will be better or not compared to those. And I don't know if those taste good. This has a good smell at this point. The nose on it now that I've cut it is quite nice. The glue's gone, and you're just left with this kind of. It's hard to describe it. It's quite pleasant. This really improved on cutting. Might be worth trying one of the lower proof bottlings, assuming this isn't just a different whiskey, which they seem to be advertising it as. The lower proof bottlings might be quite a bit better. This, because again, this really needed to be cut. Now it's not bad. But again, as you've observed, I cut that quite a bit to get it down to this point where we're at the sweet spot for this whiskey. And now we've got a fairly pleasant drink. So, again, next time I'll probably just start to cut it pretty severely from the beginning. Because again, it's just there's some notes in here at the higher proof. Maybe from the wood, I don't know. It looks awful aged. That are not pleasant. This would be better on a lower proof. And again, you wonder, there's something, this almost is one you might, strangely enough, you might consider this one with ice. Just because it really needs a lot of cutting, and this might not be a bad one to put in a glass with ice. It smells just wonderful now, though. I would mildly recommend it at the point I got it at the end. Although for the price, I wish it was a little cheaper. It reminds me a little bit of Beam, although it might be probably better than most of the Beams. But in the end, it's just got there are some harsh notes in there that really need to be toned down, and once you get those out of there, it's a fairly drinkable and pleasant whiskey with a very nice scent. But you have to get there. Don't be afraid to cut this. That's all I got. See ya.